You walk into the office in the morning. Two colleagues are whispering by the coffee machine. They suddenly stop when they see you. They smile. "Good morning," they say. But something has changed. There is tension in the air. During lunch break, as you leave the meeting room, you overhear a sentence. "Yes, exactly." But you know he always does that. You can't see who's talking, but the voices sound familiar. And he is you. In the evening, the manager looks at you. "You had to leave early today, didn't you?" You never wanted to leave early, but someone said so. Someone spread something about you. And now there's a question mark in the manager's eyes. Is this your story? Maybe not, but it's all of our stories. The real battle at work isn't won in project presentations. The real battle is lost in the hallways, during coffee breaks, in WhatsApp groups. Gossip, manipulation, political games, these are invisible weapons, and most people aren't even aware these weapons exist. In this video, I'll show you 3 things: how manipulation works in the workplace, how a samurai solved this game 400 years ago, and how to win this game using Miyamoto Musashi's principles. If you want to solve this problem, watch the video until the end, because after this video ends, you will interpret every conversation, every glance, every silence at work differently. If you're ready, let's begin. Chapter 1. The Invisible Enemy. What bothers you at work? Your boss? No. Your workload? No. The real problem is this: someone is talking about you, and you're not there. Some studies show that gossip is quite common in the workplace, and that some employees believe it negatively affects their careers. For example, a survey found that about 40% of employees said gossip made career advancement difficult. But what's worse is that much of the gossip consists of false or distorted information. Someone says, "Steve was late again today." The truth: Steve was at a client meeting at 7 a.m. and arrived at the office at noon, but no one asks about that. Gossip kills the truth. So why do people engage in gossip? There are 3 reasons. First, to gain power. Knowing information about you means being one step ahead of you. Second, to elevate their own value, to send the message, "I'm better than him." Third, to form social bonds. People unite around a common enemy, and that enemy is often the quietest, hardest working person in the office. Gossip spreads like a virus. One person says it, 3 people hear it, 9 people repeat it, and before you even realize it, everyone knows something about you. Manipulation is more insidious. The manipulator doesn't attack openly. They slowly corner you. They say, "I'm worried about you," but they make you look weak. They say, "I just want to help," but they make you dependent. They say, "This stays between us," but they use the information as a weapon. And the worst part, most of the time, you don't even notice the manipulator, because they're very good at it. They smile, act kindly, and seem supportive. But behind the scenes, they're pulling the strings. To survive in this game, you first need to see the game. And now, I'll introduce you to a master who can solve this game. Chapter 2. Miyamoto Musashi and the Political Duel, 1604, Japan. Miyamoto Musashi is 19 years old. He is invited to a duel with the Yoshioka clan in Kyoto. But this is no ordinary duel. The Yoshioka clan wants to trap him. First duel. Against Yoshioka Seijuro, Musashi wins. Seijuro's pride is shattered, and the clan seeks revenge. Second duel. With Yoshioka Denshichiro, Seijuro's brother. Musashi wins again. The clan is furious. Third duel. This time there's a trick. Yoshioka Matashichiro, a 12-year-old boy, steps forward. But he is surrounded by dozens of armed men. The plan is simple. Musashi will come to the duel, abide by the rules like an honorable samurai, and then fall into the trap, because no one can touch a child. But Musashi sees through the game. Early in the morning, when no one expects it, he acts directly, without any samurai honor. He fights the men in ambush, takes advantage of the chaos, and survives. He wins without touching the child. After this incident, the Yoshioka clan loses its reputation and disbands. What did Musashi do? He didn't play by the rules, because the other side was already breaking the rules. They were trying to kill him under the guise of an honorable duel. Musashi saw the truth instead of the mask, and he survived. Political games in the workplace are exactly the same. Everyone talks about professionalism, team spirit, and transparency. But behind the scenes, there is gossip, manipulation, and slander. The rules of the game are not official, they are secret. Musashi said, "Don't enter battle without understanding your enemy's strategy." Now I will show you those strategies. Chapter 3. The Triple System. Musashi's Manipulation Defense. Musashi wrote The Book of Five Rings at the end of his life. This book contains 3 fundamental principles. These principles are still valid 400 years later, because human nature does not change. Principle 1. Metsuke, correct vision. Metsuke means knowing where to look. Musashi said, "Look not at the enemy's sword, but at the enemy's intent." The same applies at work. Someone says to you, "You look very tired. Are you okay?" Superficially, this is politeness. But what is the real intention? To make you look weak? To imply that you lack energy in front of others? Someone else says in a meeting, "Yes, it's a good idea, but is it realistic?" On the surface, it seems like constructive criticism, but the subtext is, "This idea is ridiculous. I know better." Meitsuke is the art of seeing beyond words. Look not at what they say, but why they say it. How do you apply it? Do this for a week. When someone says something to you, ask yourself, why is this person saying this now? Who is listening? What are they gaining? Most of the time, the answer will surprise you. Principle 2. Zenshin, constant vigilance. Zenshin means remaining mind. A duel ends, but the samurai is still alert, because the real danger begins when the duel ends. The opponent can attack even with their last breath. At work, the duel never ends either. The project is over, the meeting is over, but the political game continues. Someone stops you in the hallway. "By the way, the boss asked about you." It sounds like a neutral statement, but it's actually planting a seed. What did he ask? Why did he ask? Did I do something? This is a lack of zanshin. You've let your guard down, and now you're vulnerable. Zanshin means this: be alert at all times. In the hallway, during coffee breaks, on WhatsApp, in emails. The political game goes on 24/7, and you need to be alert 24/7. Principle 3. Ma'ai, distance management. Ma'ai means proper distance. Too close, and the sword will touch you. Too far, and you can't respond. Distance is critical at work too. Too close to the manipulator, they control you. Too far away, they exclude you. What is the right distance? Professional, but distant. Polite, but not personal. Cooperative, but not dependent. Example, someone constantly tells you private information. "I'm telling you this because I trust you." This is a trap. It draws you in. One day, they will use that information as a weapon. Apply the Ma'ai principle. "Thank you, but I prefer not to get involved in these matters." Maintain your distance. Don't get drawn into the game. These 3 principles are your shield. Now I'll show you how to use this shield in the real world. Chapter 4. Elizabeth's story. Elizabeth worked at a marketing agency. She was talented, hardworking, results-oriented, but she had a problem. A manipulative colleague. His name was George. George would smile to her face but talk behind her back. In meetings, he would appear to support Elizabeth's ideas, but then tell the manager, "Yes, that's a good idea, but I've developed it a bit further. Maybe this way would be better." Elizabeth didn't notice this. Not until promotion time came around. The manager promoted George. Elizabeth was shocked. "But I worked harder and achieved better results," she said. The manager replied, "George is a team player. You work a bit independently." Elizabeth went home that night and cried. Then she thought, "A team player? I supported every project. But how did George become more of a team player than me?" The answer was simple. George was playing politics. Elizabeth was just working. The next day, Elizabeth made a decision. She would play the game. She began to observe George's movements, when he spoke to the manager who he had coffee with, what he said in meetings, and she noticed something. George never attacked directly. He always acted indirectly, through insinuation. Elizabeth changed her strategy. She would no longer work quietly. She would make her achievements visible, but she wouldn't manipulate like George. She would be transparent. When she finished each project, she would send an email. Project completed, results attached. So the manager and the team could all see. After expressing her opinion in meetings, she would immediately take notes. She would share them as a meeting summary. It became impossible for George to steal her ideas. 3 months later, a new position opened up. This time, the manager promoted Elizabeth. Elizabeth had learned the game, but she played it by her own rules, not George's. If you think you've been working like Elizabeth and ignoring politics until now, write "That's it" in the comments. Change is starting now. Chapter 5. The structure of gossip. How does gossip spread? There are 3 stages. Stage 1. The seed. Someone makes a small comment. Steve seemed a little tense at the meeting today. It seems like an innocent observation, but the seed has been planted. Stage 2. Growth. Someone else hears this and adds, "Yeah, I noticed that too. I guess there's a problem at home." The seed sprouts. Stage 3. Harvest. A third person hears it and confirms it. Steve's marriage is in trouble. Now it's a fact. No one questions it. Everyone accepts it. And Steve isn't even aware of it. Musashi said, "A small gap can lead to a great disaster." Gossip is the same. A small comment turns into a big image problem. So how do you protect yourself? Technique 1. Information control. Don't share your personal life. Don't discuss your weekends, relationships, or problems at the office. The less information you give, the less material you leave for gossip. Musashi's principle. Don't give your enemy a weapon. Technique 2. Confrontation. If gossip finds you, go to the source. "I heard you said something about me, is that true?" Most people can't say the same thing to your face. Gossip is powerful in the dark, weak in the light. Technique 3. Build reputation. To render gossip ineffective, you must have a strong reputation. Do your job well, keep your word, be reliable. Then, when someone says something about you, no one will believe it. Chapter 6. Identifying the manipulator. Who is the manipulator? You often don't recognize them at first glance, because they're very good at it. But there are some signs. Sign 1. Constantly playing the victim. The manipulator always acts like a victim. Everyone is against me. No one understands me. I do everything, but no one sees it. This is a tactic to attract attention and gain sympathy. Sign 2. Information trading. I'll tell you something, but don't tell anyone. The manipulator uses information like currency. They give you a secret and expect something in return. You give them a secret. Now they control you. Sign 3. Hypocrisy. They praise someone in front of you and praise you in front of that person. But behind both of your backs, they criticize both of you. Manipulators are no one's friend. They appear to be everyone's friend. Sign 4. Passive aggression. They don't attack directly. They say, "I was just joking. You misunderstood. I was just trying to help." But each time, they put you down a little more. Musashi said, "To see your enemy's true face, recognize the mask." The manipulator's mask: kindness, helpfulness, sincerity. But behind the mask: control, ego, hunger for power. Chapter 7. Defense strategies. You've seen through the game. What will you do now? Strategy 1. The gray rock technique. The manipulator asks you a question, expecting an emotional response. Give the simplest answer. Yes, no, I don't know. Don't give details. Don't give energy. Example: manipulator. Why did the manager get angry with you? You: I don't know. Manipulator. But something must have happened. You: maybe. Manipulator. So what do you think? You: I'm not thinking about anything in particular. After a few attempts, the manipulator gives up because they can't get anything out of you. Strategy 2. Mirror technique. The manipulator asks you a question. You reflect the same question back to them. Manipulator: do you think Jack is a good leader? You: interesting question. What do you think? Now the ball is in their court. They talk, you listen. You didn't give any information, but you got some. Or they won't answer at all and will drop the subject, but you weren't manipulated and didn't give them what they wanted. Strategy 3. Documentation. Write everything down. Emails, meeting notes, conversations. When the manipulator says, "I didn't say that," show them the proof. Musashi said, "Knowing the truth comes before defeating the enemy." In the modern business world, the truth is in the written records. Was something decided in a meeting? Send a summary email immediately. Did someone assign you a task? Confirm it in writing. As I understand it, I will do this. Is that correct? This isn't defense, it's professionalism. And it's the manipulator's greatest enemy. Strategy 4. Setting boundaries. Manipulators push boundaries. Can you do this task? Can you work this weekend? Can you handle this for me? Answer: no. Don't explain. No, I'm not available this weekend. That's enough. Setting boundaries is not disrespectful. It is self-respect. Chapter 8. Winning the political game. Now we're getting to the hard part. Is just protecting yourself enough? No, because there's no such thing as not playing political games at work. Either you play or you get played. But Musashi's way is different. He played the political game by his own rules. Rule 1. Transparency is a weapon. Manipulators are powerful in the dark. You are powerful in the light. Make everything open. Make every success visible. Document every project. Be transparent. Rule 2. Form alliances. Alone you are weak, but if you form alliances with the right people, you are strong. Who shares your values? Who works honestly? Connect with them. Rule 3. Silent power. The most dangerous samurai is the quietest one. Don't talk too much. Don't explain too much. Do your work. Let the results speak for themselves. Musashi never spoke in 63 duels, he just struck. He won. Others spoke of his success instead of Musashi. Rule 4. The long game political games are a marathon. You may lose in the short term, but in the long run, whoever is right, whoever creates value, whoever is trustworthy, will win. Be like Elizabeth. In the short term, George won, but in the long term, Elizabeth won. Chapter 9. Brandon worked at a software company. There was a manipulator on the team, Frank. Frank would criticize Brandon's ideas in meetings, then present the same ideas as his own, exaggerating Brandon's mistakes and ignoring his successes. At first, Brandon reacted. Frank is lying. Frank is unfair. Frank is a manipulator. But no one listened, because Frank played his role very well. One day, someone suggested a mentor to Brandon. Read Musashi's Book of 5 Rings. Brandon read it, and he realized something. I'm reacting to Frank, but Musashi says, don't react to your enemy. Manage your enemy. Brandon changed his strategy. He no longer argued with Frank. He no longer complained about Frank. He just did his job, but transparently. Every time he wrote code, he uploaded it to Git and wrote a description. At every meeting, he shared his opinion, then immediately wrote on Slack, I suggested this at today's meeting. He wrote about every success in the team email. Project X is complete. Results are attached. 3 months later, the company conducted an internal review. Brandon's contributions were clearly visible. Frank's were unclear. 6 months later, Brandon became the team leader. Frank was still in the same position. Brandon didn't beat Frank. He just played the game better. Chapter 10. Dokodo. Walking alone. A week before his death, Musashi wrote, Dokodo. 21 rules. 21 principles for life. 5 of these are directly related to workplace politics. Rule 3. Don't be dependent on personal preferences. Don't try to make everyone like you. It's impossible. If you try to please even the manipulator, they will exploit you even more. Rule 7. Don't be upset by the behavior of others. Frank lied. George slandered. Elizabeth's idea was stolen. These things happen. Don't be upset. Learn and move on. Rule 11. Don't abandon your passions, but don't let them control you. Love your work, but don't let it consume you. Is the political game consuming you? Take a step back. Rule 17. Being powerful is good, but being right is better. The manipulator may seem powerful, but you are right. In the long run, the one who is right wins. Rule 21. Walk your path alone. Keep going even if no one understands you. Musashi fought 63 duels. He fought most of them alone, but he won them all. Chapter 11. The long game. Gaining character. What is the real winner in the political game? Money? Position? No, character. A manipulator may win in the short term, but in the long run, everyone sees their true face, and no one trusts a manipulator. You, on the other hand, become a little more trustworthy every day, a little more honest, a little more valuable, and 10 years later, people remember you. He was an honest man. He created value. He was trustworthy. Musashi said, you recognize the master on the long road. It's the same at work. Who is still at the same company after 5 years? Who is a leader after 10 years? Who is respected after 20 years? Not a manipulator, a value creator. Chapter 12. Now it's your turn. I've given you a lot in this video. I explained Musashi's 3 principles, Metsuke, Zenshin, Ma'ai. I showed you the structure of gossip. I taught you how to identify manipulators. I gave you defense strategies I shared Elizabeth and Brandon's stories. I explained the rules of Dokkodo. But now, the most important question, what will you do? Because this information is useless if you don't take action today. The statistics say this: 9 out of 10 people who watch this video will do nothing. They'll say, "Nice video," and go on with their lives. Then one day they'll be the victim of gossip again, manipulated again, and ask, "Why me?" Don't be one of those 9 people. Now I'm giving you 3 concrete tasks. Task 1. Today, analyze the 3 people around you. Who is the manipulator? Who is the ally? Who is neutral? Write it down on a piece of paper. Task 2. This weekend, recall an incident from last month. An action taken against you, a word spoken. Now reanalyze it using the Metsuke principle. Why did this person do this? What was their real intention? Task 3. Next week, if a manipulator approaches you, apply the gray rock technique. Give simple answers. Don't give them energy. And most importantly, write in the comments, "I analyzed 3 people," or "I applied the gray rock technique," or just, "I'm starting." One sentence is enough, but let that sentence be your commitment. Because when you commit, you apply it. When you apply it, it becomes a habit. When it becomes a habit, your identity changes. When your identity changes, you are no longer a victim of the game, but a player. Remember Musashi's final words: "At the end of the path, the master is the path itself." Political games are not a skill you learn once. They are a lifelong practice. Every experience prepares you for the next. Every manipulator makes you stronger. Now let me ask you a question. Who do you want to be a year from now? Someone who is constantly manipulated, a victim of gossip? Or someone who sees the game, thinks strategically, and stays on their feet in any situation? Becoming that person starts today. It starts now. If this video added value to you, hit the like button. If you want others to see it, share it. And subscribe. I regularly share strategies like this. Remember, the battle isn't won in the office, it's won in the mind. Now go and write the rules of the game.